Welcome back, we're gunning to go.
And we are heading over this time to Alligator Farm.
Alligator Alley.
Alligator Alley, which is in Summerdale, Alabama. This was an awesome place to visit, and I totally would go back there again. If not for the fact that I know there's a lot of other alligator farms in the Gulf and also in Florida that I also want to visit, but I definitely would recommend this place. It was pretty affordable. Don't remember the prices.
I think it was like $80 for our family, but it was well worth it.
It was awesome.
They loved it.
People were really good there, and if you watch the live stream, at one point I even kind of got to interview one of the guys that work there and puts on the show where he's feeding the alligators, and he answers a lot of questions about alligators. And it was an educational live stream. Again, one of my favorite places that we went so far, and I look forward to being able to do this stuff again in the future because it is a lot of fun sometimes. Not only do video of these places, but even to share them live so that you all can ask your questions. Another thing that you've seen in these past videos of these live streams is there's no chat, so you can't really see the stuff that people are asking, but all these are highlighted over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GunninGamerz. So if you're really curious about what was being said, you can always head over there and check those out. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into the September, I think it was Labor Day weekend, right around.
Around there, yes.
Yeah, it was right around Labor Day weekend of 2020 and Alligator Alley. Give everybody a couple minutes to pile in if you guys could help spread the word. I don't have the capabilities of doing it so easy when I'm on the go, but we're live at Alligator Alley here in Summerdale, Alabama, which is very close to Florida here. I've got gators right under my feet. I'm standing very close to these things, and I am nervous. I'm on a union lunch, call back in an hour. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's a good hot one out here again. My kids have got some gator food. Where's that food? We're gonna probably have to get a refill. What do we got? So, and it's fish and meat byproduct of some sort. Protein. All right. You guys want to feed them?
Yeah. You spit one.
Where are you going to throw it?
It said, the sign says in the water.
In the water.
Alex,
Okay, they're chucking some food in.
okay, go ahead.
Now these are 4-year-old. You guys want to throw one more? Okay, Ashton, where are you going to throw?
Aiden, do one of your long throws. Put it in the water.
There it is, sitting there. Save a couple now. Right? Last time we played Red Dead. This trip is, okay, no more guys. You got too many of them sitting around. That one's on the back of the gator. And the other one just went and got it. He's like, I'm out of here. There's still one sitting out over there that you guys threw. There, that one's finally moving in. These are such like big animals. There's a bunch of them in here. So there's different pens. There's 1 and 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds.
And then 5 and 6-year-olds.
And there's some bigger ones. There'll be a feeding in at 4 p.m. All right. Yes, Shadow Plays, thank you for joining. Times have changed since FS13 days. They have. They have indeed. Hope everybody's doing good. God, I don't even know what day it is today. What is it? It's Tuesday because we had to get back to school. Here's the bigger gators. The adults are out here. You can see a bunch of them swimming around. There's a couple of them sitting right out here. I guess you can, I don't know. Maybe you don't feed these ones, huh?
No. Oh, no.
It said you can feed any of them, but...
Oh, really? Yeah, there's a bunch of them out here.
This is where we come back.
It took Aiden a while to see these sitting right here, so it's kind of scaring me. Yes. Omitted, how's it going? Green Day, CPM, thank you so much for the resub of 30 months. 30-month streak, thank you so much. Sub buses if you guys got them. There's other guests in the park today, so there may be times where we're not yelling and shouting into the camera here, but yesterday was a pretty fun day. We went to the USS Alabama. It was kind of messed up because inside those battleships in the sub, very thick metal walls, concrete, the whole 9 yards. It was kind of something we couldn't stream inside there, so we did what we could, and still had a lot of fun. We ended up running out of time and having to skip out on walking up to all the outside stuff. Oh, you can just hear these things breathe.
Hey, Dad, do you want to go wrestle or record it?
Yeah, so they're going to be feeding. That's what these coolers are going to be for. There's going to be an alligator feeding at 4 p.m. And I think it's what, 2 o'clock? Is it 2 right now?
Yeah, I think so.
2. A little after 2, so we got a little bit of time, but I figured this is just going to be a real relaxing stream, walking around, looking at the different parts of the park, staring at some alligators. You can hear that thing breathing. I might have to flip my mic around so you guys can hear that. Is the sound okay, by the way, folks? There's a couple of them down in there. So it says you can feed any of them? Here, give me one of those things.
And me.
No, we're just going to do one.
There's not much left.
This is what we're feeding right there. It's a fish and meat protein, kind of a dried thing. Doesn't even really smell. That is why, I think that's why they say to do them in the water. So I landed just short of that thing. There's actually a couple other ones I can see now too. I can see back by the back leg, there's one. Somebody else threw one over. Things like that, I don't even care. It's not worth my effort. So we wasted one, but that's okay.
He's not eating it?
No, there's one back by the back leg I can see too. I was courteous and I didn't throw it directly at it. Yes, brings back some haunting memories from Red Dead. I feel like I should go up and get the skin. I don't know. Will you guys tell me if that's a 2 or a 3? What do we got there? 2, a 3? Is that alligator poo? Oh, go up here. It's crazy because you can see, a lot of them sitting out in the water here. How many do y'all see out there? I mean, there are a lot. There's 450 alligators in this park. We are about 20, maybe 30, if that, minutes from the ocean, in the very southern tip of Alabama. We're about a half hour from Pensacola, Florida. Look at that one swimming across there. Yeah, you can see two or Zachman, there is a lot of them in there. There goes the big old bird there. Is that a herring or something? I don't know. That thing was just chilling on the side, didn't seem to care too much. There's one alligator sitting right down there. So we're pretty close to Pensacola, and all day in the background I can hear it as well. There's military training, the Texan 2s, the turbo prop training aircraft. There has been 2 of them just going at it all day above our camper. It's pretty cool. They buzz over every once in a while. So it's been enjoyable to listen to that. It's not how many you see, it's about how many you don't see that'll get you, right? There was a pretty killer lizard here a little bit ago too. Do you want to bring the kids up here to see how many they can see? Our kids are being really, I don't know, some people would say, well, they're not being that bad. They're kind of annoying us today. They're getting really rambunctious for some reason. It is hot out here. I would say, I mean, it's in the 90s with some really good humidity, but it feels a lot cooler today than it has been. I know it was supposed to be, I think, 101 heat index today. So it's still very warm here. Look at this one that's swimming up here. I'm interested to see if that thing will crawl out of the water. So audio and video is both good. That's good. The reception isn't too crazy here. Isn't too good, but there are quite a few guests in the park. Not probably as many as normal. I want to see if that alligator comes out of the water. Oh, he just went under. It's part of the park there. We'll show in a minute. That alligator that was just down there, he is actually under the water. Did you see how he just disappeared?
Yeah.
That's scary, because imagine if you were walking over to the water's edge right there and you fell in. There is a giant gator right where my finger is, right where that white post. There is a giant gator just sitting under the water right there. Just imagine if you were at the water's edge doing something and you slipped and fell in, you'd fall right on top of it. Ooh.
And probably get eaten.
I'm just waiting to see where he'll, and there's another one right up there. There's hundreds of gators in this pond. So VT, you had 100 degrees out there in Denver, and now you're getting ready for snow. Is it today or the snow is coming?
Snow?
It's 40. It's only in the high 40s and raining in Eau Claire right now back at home. It's hard to even think. You know, looking at the cameras on the house, it's just crazy weird. And looking at my thermostat, it's like cold inside my house. I have my AC on, but it obviously isn't doing anything. Hasn't in like a week because it's been so cool outside up north. Definitely not the case here. Oh, yeah, we had one slip in the water over there. It is very peaceful here. There's like a little waterfall thing back there, and it is currently snowing in Denver. Wow. And right outside of Denver. Do you guys know what happens to these gators when it gets cold? Do you guys know? They don't die. They can actually withstand some freezing. And North Carolina, believe it or not, has gators. And when it starts getting really cold, they'll do what they're doing right here, like this one. They'll put their nose above the water, and they'll actually go into like a deep sleep, like a hibernation type thing, and their nose will go above the water and it'll freeze into the ice. And they can last for, I forget the time frame. It's quite some time, like at least weeks, you know, days or weeks they can last like that, frozen in the ice with as long as their nose is above water. And then so you could walk out onto the ice and you could actually you know, touch their noses and they can't do anything. It's one, they're sleeping, hibernating, and two, they're frozen there. And then when it thaws out, then the way they go again. It's pretty cool.
I wonder what they're thinking.
What? Miss G says, I wonder what they're thinking.
People,
Food.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty sad that if one of the kids fell in there or something, they would be viewed as food, and it would be like, time to eat. A couple years ago, there was the 2-year-old at Disney World that was swimming at the lake, even though it was not recommended. There wasn't known to be gators in there, but it's Florida, there's gators that get in the water areas, and there was a gator that came out at Disney World, grabbed the 2-year-old and drug him in to the water and down underneath into the nest and put him in there. And of course, there was days later, divers were able to go and retrieve the body. And just imagine being the parents and having your child be food like that. And it happens to a lot of people with dogs. A lot of dogs get snatched up. There's probably thinking, why is this crazy guy filming us and talking to his camera like a madman, right? Yeah, this one over here is kind of moving around, swimming. That is a huge gator that's swimming away. Look at the back of, oh my God. Look at the back of that thing, guys. That's a big gator. Oh man. A lot of these gators that are at this place are nuisance gators. So they are gators that have maybe been around, humans population, and they didn't act scared. They weren't scared. Maybe they were underneath somebody's vehicle or out on their back porch or even in their swimming pool, and they didn't scare when people came around or try to get away from people. And those are the most dangerous kind, because they'll let people get very, very close until it's too late. So they have been captured and brought into this place. But they must have to feed these gators quite a bit of food, because obviously there wouldn't be enough food here. His face is super red. Alex looks like a little tomato. Alex. Is it nap time? He was scared when we came. He didn't want to be alligator food, he said. He said they were going to eat him.
Oh, this one might.
Yeah, the family, they're here. They're just right behind me here, hanging out. Aiden's on my heels, tripping over me. There he is. Everybody's here, though. Still didn't eat the food. So one went into the water and another one came out. But there'll be a feeding here at 4 p.m. Central. So I think it's about 2:30. We're going to walk to some other parts here. It's very, very quiet here today. So if you guys hear me not talking as much, it's probably because I'm around some other guests, and I want to be respectful of how peaceful it is here. It's very quiet here today. This is
1-year-old.
throwing in rocks. These are the 1-year-olds. Not too much in here right now.
There's one. Tail.
There's one in the water there. They're all up against the fence.
Oh, here's one.
Are these 2-year-old?
They have all these signs.
They're kind of moving over here.
Sorry.
Oh.
He's waiting for you guys.
Oh, guys, come here.
How are you?
Doing good. You guys ever held a gator?
No.
Come on, you got to. Dad did in Florida one time. It was pretty cool.
Alright, so this one, he does have an attitude. He'll try to headbutt you, so just don't get in his face. Just hold his tail under his arms. Perfect. Don't get that face too close to yours.
Can you get some pictures?
His name is Charlie.
Charlie the gator.
And he's just recently turned 2. So he's 2 years old now.
2 years old.
Very cool. You want to do next?
Keep your face away from his, honey.
All the way up.
Hang on to him.
Slide your hand all the way up here.
You may want to just help him a little bit.
Got him? So he's only weighing about 5 pounds. He's not too terribly heavy.
Sorry, here.
Tape.
So that way he doesn't use those razor sharp teeth and bite you. All the way under his arms.
Keep your face back, honey.
Yep.
Yeah, it would still hurt quite a bit to get bit by one of those, wouldn't it?
Yeah, at this age, it's going to break the skin. He's not going to take anything off or anything like that, but you may need stitches.
Here, hold that.
Okay. Just like that.
So he'll try to smack his head on you.
Yes, this one is not a happy camper.
Oh, man. Did you guys all hold a gator?
Except Alex.
Alex didn't. But
Alex, you wanna?
You want to hold him? Maybe.
Alex.
I'll come back in a minute because I got to change him.
Okay. He can come back and pet. You wanna try to hold him?
What?
Okay. What do you think of his teeth? Yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah, he has 80 teeth in that mouth.
80 teeth. What do you think about him, Ashton? Any questions? Yeah, he has sharp teeth.
He does. These guys, it's similar to a shark that can lose up to 3,000 teeth throughout their lifetime. Yeah.
They have a weird texture on their stomach.
So this under here is that high quality leather, so it's pretty expensive. It's like a $2,000 pair of shoes.
Sure.
And then the top part, these are individual bone-in plates called scoops. So this is protection. It also plays as a solar panel when they're basking out in the sun. So it absorbs all the warmth, helps them function throughout the day. Pretty neat.
So they make the boots and stuff out of the underbelly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
But all the ones here to get to keep the high quality leather, they get to live their lives out fat and happy.
Yep. Jeez. What do you think, Aiden? You have any questions about the... Is it little brother? Yeah. The little guy there was scared that they were going to bite him, so... Well, he'll be back. We'll come back and then we'll have to have him hold him. Wild encounters.
That's if you wanted to see the snakes, lizards, and turtles.
Oh. You guys want to go through here? So snakes, lizards, and turtles.
Snakes?
You'll like them too. They're pretty neat.
They poisonous or
I'm not a big fan of the snakes, but
snakes? I don't mind.
check them out. All right, so we held the gator. I did not Photoshop that. I really did do it, and it didn't try to hurt me either. I held one that was like a 3-year-old gator in Florida a bunch of years ago, and it actually felt heavy, and it was much bigger. Oh man, so this is an eastern diamondback rattlesnake. Lifespan is 10 to 20 years. And you get bit by one of these, not going to be a good day. And they're all over in Alabama. If that thing were to bite you, you'd be hurting.
That'll be ankle. Is it poisonous or some?
No, you do not want a python dropping on my shoulders. What's up, Axel16? Thank you so much. I see we had a sub there and we were talking to that young lady about the gator. Thank you, Axel60, tier 3, 68 months. Do appreciate that.
He looks like
Try not to yell and holler. It's so quiet in this park. It's really
he looks
neat.
like he's dancing whenever he's coming on the glass.
Put your hand up by the glass.
What?
Put your hand up there. Be neat if he tried to strike at you.
My dammy. It's not big.
Ugh. See his rattle? Do you guys see his rattle?
Yep. Yeah.
Did you guys hear that girl when she was talking about the gator?
Yeah.
Chat?
Oh.
I was trying to move my mic. I couldn't get the thing moved and I didn't want to be banging on it. See, he's tame because normally if there was a wild, he'd be all coiled up and he'd be rattling his rattle.
How are y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. I still wouldn't want to pick him up though.
It's Cuddles.
Cuddles? That's his name?
Yeah, she's very active right now because she's going to shed.
Oh.
So she's rubbing her nose on that glass, trying to make that skin peel off her face.
Oh, that's why she's doing it.
See how she's real yellow right here? Usually she's white. So
Okay.
she's going to shed her skin here pretty quick. I would say probably within the next day. She might do it today. Once she gets it peeled off her face, it comes off pretty quick.
Wow.
She'll crawl around in that dirt and come off.
Then you'll find the shed in there.
Yeah,
How often do they do that?
about once every 2 months.
Once every 2 months. Okay.
Yeah, as long as they're, if they haven't reached their maximum length. Now, if they've reached their maximum length, it's about once every 3 months. 4
Mhm.
months. If they're still growing, once every 2 months, maybe once a month, depending on the snake.
Mhm. If you ran into one of those in the wild, it'd obviously be all coiled up and be rattling and everything,
Not
right?
necessarily. They move around a lot.
Really?
If it's coiled up, you need to back off. That's the warning.
Mhm.
The rattler.
Yeah.
We've had her since she was about 10 inches long.
Wow. How old is she now?
She's probably 5, 6 years old.
5 or 6.
She's a big rattlesnake.
Do you guys want to ask any questions about the snake? Like what it eats?
Small kids.
Yep.
She is a varmint eater, so she eats, she would pretty much eat anything she could catch. So in the wild, like baby rabbits, squirrels, mice, rats, frogs, birds, occasional bird.
Wow. Finding any animal eggs, bird eggs? Right.
She necessarily wouldn't eat the eggs. She'd
No?
stay around, wait for it to hatch.
Yeah. Wow.
They're not much on egg eaters. Now they will like hang out around chicken coops and stuff like that, waiting for the babies to hatch.
Yeah.
Also catching rats that are in the chicken coops and stuff like that. Mainly rats and.
Would they bother a full-grown chicken?
No.
No, because we went to one of the Tyson chicken farms, a 120,000 chicken farm last week, and we toured that, and they said that when they find snakes, they don't usually bother them because the snakes don't really bother the chickens.
They wait for the babies.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is the snakes hang out around them chicken coops because there's always rats.
Yep.
If
That's what
you're
they
a
said.
chicken breeder, they have feeders out there all the time because they're trying to fatten them chickens
Yep.
fast, and that's why the snakes are there.
How long are the fangs on her?
On her, they're about an inch.
About an inch?
Yes, sir.
And the whole fang, how much of the fang, if you were bit, would go into you? The whole thing? The whole thing. So you'd have an inch puncture.
Yes.
Well, that'd cause a lot of bleeding.
All right.
So she's going to be shedding in the next day, and that's why she's trying to rub her nose on the glass to peel start the peeling process.
We are actually moving from there, so I would say wait 2 weeks and then get with the original owner. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Wow. Do you guys have any other questions about the snake?
No.
Why not? Not that one. Y'all want to see one up close where you can pet her?
You want to try to touch the snake?
Yeah, not that one, no.
All right.
No, I'm not going to let you play with cuddles. We only do that on Sundays.
Can't play with cuddles today.
But I will let you play with Crimson.
Crimson, huh? All right, we're going to go check out Crimson. To those in uniform serving the day, and to those who have served in the past, we honor you today and every day. That's cool. What kind of snake is this?
This is a red-tailed boa.
A red-tailed boa. They like... How big do they get?
10 foot and weigh up to 50 pounds.
10 foot and weigh up to 50 pounds.
Want to touch her, buddy? It feels like
Here,
what?
Move my mic.
A rubber tire. That's good. Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, Eastern... Cuddles was an Eastern Diamondback.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And this is Crimson. She's a red-tailed boa.
Red-tailed boa.
All right, which one of y'all wants to hold her?
Come on.
Good.
Austin, do you want to try to
All
hold?
right, come over here to this table with me.
He's got more guts than I do.
Turn around this way. I got you,
Go on
okay?
your neck, right? So just do what
Come
he
here.
says.
I got you.
Take a picture.
There you go. She's fine.
Wow. You got a snake on you. He's bigger than you.
She's 5 foot long. What you think of that? That's kind of cool, ain't it? You can look. Is that your big brother over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call him a girl.
I'm not really a snake person.
Tell him, say, yeah,
Aiden says
girl.
he's not a snake person. You're not a snake person?
I'm just
job,
picking on you.
Aiden's a chicken. That snake would like to eat Aiden because he's a chicken.
Nah. He's too small to eat anybody.
Except Alex. Oh my god. Where's Alex?
Nah, even him, he's too small. She's my snake. I brought her from home today.
Why about the toad? You have a snake? You have a pet snake?
I have lots of pet snakes.
Really?
I have 5 of these.
Oh.
And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tortoises. That one back there is mine. She's staying up here while I'm rebuilding her enclosure. 4 dogs. I'm trying to think if I got anything else crazy. I think I got a lizard at my house right now that belongs to somebody else. I think, I don't even know. I hadn't walked in. Yeah, I got a blue-tongued skink that is another girl's. She's on vacation right now, so we're lizard babysitting.
You hold it.
Pretty cool, ain't it?
Yeah.
Who else is going to hold the snake? You going to hold him?
Come up here and touch her, man.
Yeah.
Go pet the snake.
I mean, she's not gonna hurt you.
Oh, pet him. He said pet him.
Good job, Austin.
Ashton, do you want to hold the snake?
All right, come here. Come right here. Same thing. All right.
And if I did, they would probably eat it.
Take that picture and then send it to Grandpa.
I did.
There you go. Grandpa not like snakes. We have lots of grandpas.
He'll
Don't we?
jump and
Here, let me see your arm right here, and you can get her all. Look at you go!
good job, Ashton.
We only have Gartner snakes in Wisconsin, and he freaks out when he sees them.
Oh, gardener snakes are cool. Hey, look, man, she's sweet. What you think? You like her? Oh, goodness. You want to try?
You want to hold the snake?
Come here. Come here. Turn around. Oh, look at him. Got a pocket full of nuts. Come here. Here you go.
Are you holding the snake?
What you think? That is a pecan. Yes, sir.
What's that snake's name again?
Crimson. Crimson. She's a red-tailed boa. That's her painted on the concrete over there when she's full grown.
Oh, so when she gets full grown, that's how big she'd be. Red-tailed boa, max length 10 foot. That's how big she'd be at fully grown.
How? 10 foot way up to 50 pounds.
How old is she?
She's 3 years old.
3 years old.
Now I got something for you. Since you don't like snakes, how about something else? Trust me, you'll love it. Trust me?
Yes, sir.
How about a baby tortoise?
Yeah, I like turtles.
Huh?
I like tortoise.
I gotta hold the camera. Gotta hold the camera, folks. Can't hold snake.
Right, come out here. Now look, you dropped my tortoise and might feed you to the alligator. Now walk out here. Let's get down over here. I want you to sit down.
Ah, what is this now?
That is an African spur thigh tortoise. That tortoise will live to be 150 years old and weigh 200 pounds.
Wow.
Be about that big around. So bigger around than my signs out there.
And that's 3 months old?
Yes, sir. It was born Father's Day, so I think about 3-4 months, maybe 3 months.
150 years old. What's that 150 years from now? You do the math?
No.
It's 2020? Would that be 2170? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, now that's the same. Did y'all see the big one up front?
Yeah, I
okay,
saw
that's
it.
the same kind of tortoise.
Wow.
Godfather up front, the big one's 26.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, I saw him walking in.
Hey, hold on.
Imagine that, living that long, all the changes that tortoise will see.
Wow, they're so small.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
little
never
babies.
seen
When
a
they're
small
born,
one.
they're about that big around.
Really?
So if there was a tortoise that old, 150 right now alive, do you know when it'd be born?
What?
Do the math. That'd be 1870. That thing would have been born right after the Civil War.
Yeah, and
Isn't
I
that
bet
crazy?
you could probably go to some of the zoos and different things and find one that old.
That
Tortoises
is
have been around a long time.
that is so crazy. That is
Neat, huh?
crazy.
See, I figured I'd get you to hold something. Where you going, Crimps?
Oh, here you go. Hey, go.
Open your hands, Aiden.
No.
Just open them like a little bit.
your fingers. Can't. There you go.
Pretty neat, little fellas.
There it is. Just think, Aiden, you're holding that, and it'll be alive. That thing
Long
will.
after you're gone.
That thing will. You'll be an old man when you get to be an old man, and you're sitting there nursing home. Hopefully
Same.
not, but if you are,
probably will be.
yeah,
It happens to the best of us.
you'll be sitting there. You can think of that tortoise that you held when you were 10, and that thing will be in its middle of its life.
You could probably come back here in 10 years and that tortoise, well, no, that won't be here. Probably not. Biscuit will be here. Biscuit's the bigger one that's in there. That's actually one of mine. But that tortoise is actually going to Colorado.
This
I'm
one
gonna
is.
wait for it to cool just a little bit more before I can ship them. Yeah.
Where in Colorado are you
I
sending?
have no idea.
Don't know?
The guy's supposed to be sending his information. He bought it for his son.
Oh, okay.
I just
So it's
gotta
private party then, not like to a zoo.
Yeah, it's private. These are
Oh.
probably your most common pet turtles.
Yeah.
They're super easy turtles. I mean, they eat greens and grass and flower pebbles, and I mean, they first couple years of their life they live inside. After that, you build them a little enclosure outside, and they'll live their whole life in your yard.
Wow.
I have 5 of them. That one back there is mine. I'm redoing his enclosure at the house. He's 9 years old.
I'll have to go look at that. That is crazy.
He's over in this enclosure up here.
Okay. What do we have here? We've got some lizards.
That's gone. Wow, that's a long way.
Don't see anything in there. There's some little ones there. The great-grandfather is here. All right, we have a water monitor. This thing is coming right at us. Gosh, I forget what he said. It's a red something tortoise. We got a water monitor here. Living 12 to 20 years. I don't know how much one of them costs. Oh, a tortoise? I can go ask. There's a couple right here. I'll ask.
Their entire life in that box. Well, the winter, I'm sorry.
How much did one of those tortoise cost for somebody to purchase?
If you was gonna buy it at a pet store, they're $150 to $100, $200.
150 to 200, huh?
See what he does. Just don't step on him. Here, I'm not trying to make money off them. Actually, it's the first year I bred them. Oh, I was like, there's a little boy over there. What I did was I'm trying to get him to buy another Connex, so I sold the tortoises to kind of offset some of the costs.
I think
She's very active right now. She's not behaving.
the movie. Snake is
Going after the frog.
How do you ship them?
Basically UPS. It's overnight. It's we get stuff all the time in here.
What is doing?
They just box them up, put holes in it, and you put a you know, like if it's cold, you would put like one of them hand warmers in there. Crimson.
What is doing?
She's just walking.
Dad said he did not want it as a pet. I said we got a pet for him.
Oh, you told that to my dad? You texted him? Oh my God.
He said no thanks.
So 150 to 200.
Yeah. And you know, some of the pet stores they can actually get up to 250, but on an average, you know, 100, 200 bucks.
How did Adam? How did?
He didn't do it yet.
How did?
She's fine.
This thing is cruising.
Oh yeah, they move a lot faster than you think.
Oh, about when Mr.
It is a
Teagle,
turtle. Yeah.
Mr. Teagle is starting. Mr. Two.
Wow.
What is it? I think Dad, you didn't ask her if she was shy or not.
No, not usually. They actually make really good pets. They're color driven, so you can train them with different colors. If you want them to go into a house and not dig in your yard, you put a red sticker in the back of the box, like a dog house, straight in there.
Wow. A red sticker.
Yeah, red, pinks, yellows, anything that's a bright color, they relate that to their food, like strawberries, watermelon, squash, zucchini. stuff like that. So you can teach these turtles. My wife's got one. I don't know. He's bigger than Coop, the one that's back there. She walks it around the neighborhood. It follows a red string. She walks it all over the place.
Really?
They're very social animals. They like the interaction with people. If you get them when they're little, you know, they'll get to where they'll let you scratch their heads and rub their feet. Coop back there, he's mine. Every morning he meets me on the porch for coffee. We sit there, you know, he eats his breakfast, and I've got one I've had for 28 years. He's as big as Godfather out there. I got him, he was about the size of a softball. So about that big around. He's 28 years old now. He's cool. He is really cool. My neighbors have grown up with him. Their kids have grown up with him. I mean,
Wow, that's pretty cool because most pets, like,
yeah.
they last 10 years or 15.
And they're so easy. I mean,
Really?
you could take and fence off a section like this, and he could be 100 pounds and live in there. As long as he's got shade, grass, be real slow by his face. There you go. You're getting braver. But yeah, they're just super easy animals. You know, you don't have to take them to the vet. Be real slow by her face, okay?
They're cool. I'm gonna.
But yeah, they're just real easy pets. They're not here. I didn't have a problem getting rid of none of them.
Wow. Very interesting. She wants a turtle. A lot more work, I'm sure, with the cold climate of Wisconsin. Here you go. We have a yellow anaconda. What? I'll be right there. Ooh. You guys see this? The yellow anaconda? That would be in South America. It can 15 to 20 years in the wild. Females are longer and heavier than males and can reach a length of 4.6 meters, while males can reach 3.7. This one eats bird eggs, turtles, lizards. Wow. Let's go see what's going on in here. Oh, they're out here now. What's this one?
This is a Kenyan sand boat.
Kenyan.
Don't touch his face, okay?
Don't.
Stay back a little bit. You'll scare him. This guy's real young. Whoop, come here.
They got a little
How
wild.
old is that one?
He's less than a year old.
Less than 1 year.
These guys don't get real big. They get about 1.5 feet, about that big around, maybe about the size of a golf ball, maybe, probably not quite that big. You want to watch him disappear?
Yeah.
How does this tortoise do in a colder climate? Like, what would you have to do? You'd have to provide a warm.
Yeah, you know, most of the people that have them up north, they put them in their basements in the winter.
Oh, put them in their basement.
Yes, sir, because they pretty much hibernate, so you don't have to feed them.
Wow.
They can tell when it's getting colder.
Pretty easy animal. Just don't have to feed them.
You don't have to.
See
Just
what?
leave 'em
It's
alone.
gonna disappear. They do. They, you know, normally if the if the tortoise was in the wild, basically what it would do is dig a burrow, and it would go underground, and it would stay in there until the temperatures reached about 74, and then they'd start coming back out. Yeah, he disappeared. Where'd he go?
Right here.
You think? Oh, check and see.
The snake in that sand.
He is here somewhere.
That's all them fingers going at him. He don't know what to do.
Wait, he's right here.
You should put some of those on each.
Careful, guys.
Careful and slow down.
You're right. Where's he at? He's right there.
There he is.
Oh, hide and seek.
Yeah. Pretty cool little snakes.
As long as we don't have anything like that in the sand at the beach tomorrow.
Oh, you might find one.
Dad'll
Not
stay
like
in the
this.
camper.
Did they bass?
Huh?
Did they bass? I made a downward. I don't know. Okay. These old like
This one's going to where I got to ship. The guy I bought this one today. I got to ship it to, I think, Tennessee. This guy's been coming in here for 5 years with his son. His son turned 11 yesterday, and he came out. You know, I got him on Facebook. I mean, they've watched my snakes grow up. And he came today, and he's like, "I want to hold Bama." Bama's in shed. He's my big red tail in there. He's 7.5 foot long. But I got pictures of him for the last 5 years holding Bama as he's grown, you know.
Austin.
And his dad was like, you know, I want to get him a snake. Yeah, don't grab him by his face, bud, because you're going to scare him. He's just a baby.
Gotta be careful. You gotta listen.
So I told him, I said, look, I got the perfect snake for him. And they bought him, so I just got to get all the shipping together. And
Yeah. My mom said, "Get that snake off my grandson."
Get that snake off. Are we gonna have some phone calls?
I'll just call them and tell them up. You know, tell them you need to know their P.O. box or their address so I can get it shipped. Tell them it's on the way.
You know, your mom has a birthday coming.
There you go.
We can send it UPS.
Get her a pet snake.
Just tell her, say, hey, you need to be watching the mail tomorrow. It's going to come overnight shipping.
It's over.
It'll be a box with some holes in the side of it and some wire over it. All right, let me put her up. She's getting a little wigged out. She's scared.
Is it water?
Yeah, these 4 crazy
Happy
kids.
birthday.
Mama, you give them.
My kids are scaring the animals. There's Alex over there. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Are you digging? Are you digging? Are you digging? All right. Look at some other things. That was pretty cool. Kids got a nice little lesson there. Hope you all did too. Here's one that's a little bigger. A red-footed tortoise. What's up, big guy? Hi. So I'm talking to it, and it sees me, and it's kind of wanting to crawl over here. They say they're very sociable animals. I can see that. It's crawling to me like a dog. Can't reach it. I don't want to reach through. That is so cool. That's definitely true. It didn't go away from me, it came to me. Can you guys hear the audio okay? It is a little bit windy, a little breezy out here today, so hopefully we're not getting too much wind in the mic. Can he ship these up here to Canada? He probably does. Anywhere UPS goes, he sends them UPS. Pet stores have them too. You probably can get one at a pet store. He said about 150 to 200 US. Green iguana. It's hard to get focused when there's a wire fence right there, but it's right in there. It seems like the camera wants to focus on the fence, though. It's amazing how well they blend in. He's still talking to my kids, so. Some little turtles down in the water there. Come back. Hey, what are you doing over here, bud? You gonna put your hat back on? Come on. Finding my kids scattered out here. Come on, Alex.
Now he's got 2 females and 2 males. He's probably producing 100 to 120 tortoises a year at $1,500 a piece. And these tortoises are this big, full grown. So, you know, they're not big tortoises. They're about the size of a miniature football. That's about how big they are. But they're, unfortunately, they are harvested for their shells. If you go and look at the enclosures over there, the one that's on the very end, looks like she's got stars on her. That's a star tortoise. That's a $1,500 tortoise if you used to buy it.
Wow.
Unfortunately, in the wild, they are harvested for their shells. They make jewelry out of their shells, like a leopard tortoise.
Yeah.
Has a print on it, looks just like a leopard, so they're real pretty, so they cut them up. It's kind of cruel, but there's big money in tortoises.
Yeah.
Where are they native to?
Most of them come out of Africa.
Africa. Wow.
Some of your rarer ones, like your star tortoises, Asia, stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of Chinese people eat them.
Yep.
Some of the old timers eat them. You know, you've probably heard of people eating gopher turtles. I don't know why. Can't be a whole lot of meat in there, you know.
No, and it's got to be very expensive to get them to big enough to where there would be some meat there.
You know, I don't know why anybody would eat a tortoise. I guess if you're hungry enough, you'll eat anything. But, you know, back in the olden days, I'm sure whatever came around, you know, was considered food. But I don't think I could eat a tortoise. I've tried some weird things in my lifetime, but I just don't think I could eat a turtle. You know, I just don't.
Something like a tortoise takes so long to get
And there's,
of
you know,
size.
people like to run over them and do things like that and be mean and stuff. I've always been that guy that'll block 6 lanes of traffic to get a turtle out of the road. I just don't understand why anybody would want to harm one, you know. They don't do anything wrong. Some of the snapping turtles will try to bite you, but usually if they're trying to bite you, you're in their area.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you leave them alone, they're here for a reason. You know, if something comes into your house, you're going to try to protect yourself. You go to their house, they're going to try to protect themselves. So,
Right?
I don't know. People are weird. I mean, I have people come out here, first thing they say is, yeah, that'd be good to eat. You know, it's kind of like, you know, man, this is not the place for that. Thanks, man. I appreciate you bringing this in. Thank you.
No swimming. Yep, we will. He said no swimming here.
When you get to the beach, you're going to see a whole lot of seaweed.
All right. That was educational, huh?
Breeding tortoises.
Breeding.
Many people do it. You breed them, they're super easy, $150 to $200 a piece, and people pay for their kids' college that way.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
they're so easy.
We're not going to be breeding tortoises. Man, we better get out of here before she gets any ideas, folks.
I will.
We're not breeding tortoises. We'll have to get him a dog. Maybe that'll tie him over. My gimbal's going crazy. Here's one. They are very sociable. Like, I put my hand down here, and this thing's just like heading right for us. Eating grass. You think, Aiden?
It's cool. I want to pet it.
It's crawling to me. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome. Nick, how's it going there, buddy? Thank you so much for the 28 months. Classy, classy. There's getting to be some folks in the park now, so I won't be hollering too much into my mic out of respect for the other guests, but we'll be hanging out here. They're going to feed the gators at 4. I'm not sure what time it is. Do you have the...
3:26.
3:26, so 30 minutes. We'll have a feeding of gators. 4 p.m. That'll be cool. That will be cool. Look at them eat. Look at them. They're a very sociable animal. Like, we came over here, and it was over by that bush, and as soon as me and Aiden came over here, it just come running right at us. They are beautiful animals. Yep.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. He's looking at the dead cat on the end of the mic like, I feel like it's gonna lunge. It's really scared walking at the mic. I got a dead cat on the end of the mic for the wind, and it was like, what's that? How's it going, Greg? We're having pretty good. This week is our vacation. The other 2 weeks, we're spending time with family, and I was helping my mom on her horse farm, fix their electric fence, got that working for them, and just doing a few things around there for her. Having a good time visiting family that I haven't seen in a long time. Visiting our old neighborhood, our old town in Tennessee. Yeah, look at this swing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I saw the swing. This is a pancake tortoise.
A pancake tortoise?
Why do you think he's called that?
Kids, what do you think? Why would they call... Is it because it eats pancakes? Why would this be called a pancake tortoise? Look at how it just runs to people like... There's 8 in his fingers. Oh, it's gonna pinch you. Okay, when he gets pinched...
I don't know. I think he's just smelling. Be careful.
He might pinch your finger.
I guess we'll find out. If you scream, then...
Does it hurt?
I don't know. Look, he wants to get out. Oh, that's cute.
Sorry, folks, I can't get you a good view. That thing is really trying to get to the kids. It's crazy how like friendly these things are,
I never thought.
isn't it?
Brandon, I think maybe.
No.
Turtle. Come on now, they travel.
You have a damn turtle inside
Come
the
on.
camper.
Come on. You cannot complain about a turtle. Look at them. They don't bark or shed.
They don't bark.
They don't bark. They don't shed. They need a small spot. They don't need anything in the winter. And they're really cool.
Look at that thing trying to get to the kids. Like it wants to be to them.
Be held.
It's, I'll really blown away how like friendly these things are.
Is he? Where is he?
Turtles get car sick? You sure that's true? Well, we'll pretend. Whoops, banging in the fence here. There's another one running at the kids as soon as they come over. What kind is this?
Redfoot tortoise.
Redfoot tortoise. Another one. What's over here? We have my gimbal's going crazy. A star tortoise.
The stars are the ones, is what he was saying, people harvest them.
Yeah, okay, these are the ones that,
Where is it?
and they're over in India, China. These are the ones that get harvested for their shells to make jewelry and all kinds of stuff. Not so much over here, obviously, but over there people do that. They eat them. Pretty sad. Just kind of laying there. You guys can go back in the VOD if you want to read anything there. Pancakes live for up to 35 years. Greek, I'll go back to the pancake. Watch out, Austin. You guys can go back in the VOD and rewatch that if you want. So we're about 20 minutes from the alligator feeding. Yeah? Big turtle. Whoops. Sorry for the camera there, folks. Big turtle, yeah. Do you like big turtle? Is it big turtle friendly? Kids are loving it. Where's the other big one? Did you say you saw a big one?
Yeah, I thought it was over here.
Oh, here it is.
Oh wow, there's a bigger one there. There's one way back. I think this is the one he was talking about, way back in the corner. We'll have to walk over there. That's a big one. It's back over in the corner.
These are 28 years old, I think.
28? Yeah. Holy moly, Burmese python.
Ew.
It's an invasive species to Florida, released by people who were not prepared to take care of them as pets. But those things right there, people kill these in Florida as much as they can see them because they're doing a lot of damage to the ecosystem. They're from South America.
It's a Burmese python.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Nice roof. What is that?
Back in the tub here, laying. There's two in there.
What are that? What that one did that? No.
Yes, changing Stinger to a tortoise. Maybe we could. We're not going anywhere fast anyway, are we? Some lizards in there. Chinese water dragon. Just a minute here.
What is that?
To wait for our turn here. Okay, so Asian vine snake. Trying to get the reflection. I need a trip to the pet store when they get home. No, you do not see. You do not see a trip. So the Eastern Diamondback, for those of you joining in late, she's ready to shed, so I guess she's rubbing her nose on the glass trying to get her skin to peel. Normally she's white on the bottom, but she's more of a yellow. And every couple months they shed, and she's going to be in the next day, they said. So she's trying to get that to come off. 1-inch fangs. Ugh. No, thank you. Be very deadly to get bitten. Thankfully there's glass there. Box turtles over here. Oh, they're down there at the other end. They're not really doing a lot. I don't want to miss out on all the gator stuff, so we're going to kind of make our way over there. I think my family already left me.
Get all your pictures.
Oh yeah, thanks for showing us that stuff.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I lost my family. Oh, and the turtle too. Godfather's in there. Here he is. There's 3 of them in there, but Godfather's the big one. 28 years old only, so still has 130 years left to go, 110 years. 120, somewhere. I know, I was wondering that too, Powder. Like, I was just about to say the same thing. You think that she'd be, like, doing that on the glass or what? Not the glass, the tree or something in there. Did Alex get a chance to hold? It's cool. We held that gator in Florida. That had to have been at least a year older, right? Something.
You think it was bigger?
This one's 2. It was bigger.
Really?
I remember how heavy it felt. I was like, and then remember it started twisting its head. started twisting its head, and it was like you couldn't stop it from twisting towards you.
Oh, okay, I'll take your stick. Alright, do you want to hold him? Okay. Let's stand right over here so you can stand right here.
He's all being shy.
Okay, stand up, honey.
Wrap your arms around him. So give him a hug. Wrap your arms around him. Wrap that one around him. Good job. Wrap this one around him. Alright, now show me how strong you are. Use those muscles. Hold him up. Show me how strong you are.
Hang on to him.
Hold him.
You want to get a picture? Show me how strong you are. Hold him. And look and smile. Look. Big smile.
Look at Mom.
Look at you. Good job. All right. Woohoo.
Wow.
Did good. You want a high five? Watch. You want a high five? Oh, look at that. Come on, you gotta get a high five.
Look at those claws.
Ready? Ready? High five. Oh, high five.
Get a high five.
Next thing you'll know who you
He's pretty talented, isn't he?
Oh, that's so cool.
You tickling him under his arm to get him to do that?
He's just talented. Took him a week to learn it.
He needs air.
Oh, look, see his little nostrils? He can breathe out of that. He's got a horrible attitude. This guy.
Do you have a few different ones that you use for the kids to hold?
Yeah, we'll kind of rotate them out throughout the whole entire day. So we use the 1- and 2-year-olds, sometimes the 3-year-olds.
And he's 2.
Yep, he just recently turned.
So we held one in the Everglades in Florida, and it was, I remember, it felt heavy. Like,
Yeah.
and it started twisting its head towards me, and I couldn't stop it. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, like so much power.
It could have been.
Could have been a
A
3-year.
3-year-old,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. The
You remember that?
3-year-olds, even though they're not that big, they're about 3 feet.
Yeah.
But they're a little hard, tough to hold them.
Yeah.
That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
Even this guy, when he starts to move, you wouldn't think it, but he's got some power.
Yeah.
They're impressive animals.
Very impressive. I agree.
And that one's Charlie, you said, right?
Let's try it.
go. Could they go?
So what will happen to Charlie? He'll get bigger eventually, and he'll end up in one of the pens around here.
Yeah, well, he already lives in the 1- and 2-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much, they graduate, so we have them in the exhibit until they're 5 and 6.
Okay.
Then once they turn 7, we release them out into the swamp.
Okay.
They kind of
Wow.
graduate to the real world, but all in all, they just live their lives out here.
Will he always be more friendly than some of the other, just because he's been handled so much?
This one, I'm telling you, he's got a bad personality. He's a horrible attitude.
Really?
Without the tape, he's mean.
Is he really?
And, yeah. But with the tape, that's why he constantly tries to headbutt you, and that's why I stress, don't get by his face, because he will headbutt you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He looks calm right now, but
Wow.
he'll knock out your teeth.
So some of them, they all have different personalities as
They
well.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some in there that are calm, laid back. You tape them up, and they're good to go.
Yeah.
They don't care. And then there's him, which is kind of on the bipolar side. He's fine one day, and then he's like this the next. He's hard to keep up with.
Oh,
That's funny.
Yeah. So it just depends on the personality.
Yeah.
are there a lot of gators wild around here, like a heavy population around the
Oh,
area?
yeah. They're native to this area.
Yeah.
So when you're swimming in any of the waters down here, you're swimming with more than one.
Yeah, so it's pretty guaranteed that any body of water that's certain size probably has a gator in it
Yes.
down
Oh, yeah.
here.
Even the little break-off parts of the ocean, they're going to have alligators.
Really?
They'll stick up, beware of alligators.
Yep.
Because people will be walking their dogs. Now, that's a perfect size, and alligators love dogs, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
So they'll snatch them. It's an easy access.
Yeah.
So it's like Chili Dog. He's one of our nuisance alligators that got brought here. He ate a lady's Jack Russell Terrier named Chili.
Wow.
Just walking it by.
So
one
you
of
named the
areas.
alligator Chili?
Yeah. His name's Chili Dog, and he lives here. Just
Oh,
As
that
if
lady
his
probably doesn't
reputation-
come and visit.
no, she doesn't.
That is hilarious.
But yeah, so they're known for eating many dogs.
Where do the gators at this place come from? Like, is it all in the immediate area, like within 100 miles, or?
Well, a lot of our larger ones, like Captain Crunch and the Colonel, they were from Florida.
Oh, from Florida.
Yep. So normally just prop him up like that. He's getting comfortable. And then all the other ones, like the smaller ones, they were actually born here.
Wow.
So we'll raise them as well.
Yeah. Because I did read that a lot of nuisance gators end up here.
Yeah.
And they're more dangerous in a way?
They're more or less, somebody maybe started feeding them in the wild and they're hanging out where people hang out and nobody wants to swim with a 13-footer. So they're just like, hey, somebody needs to come get him.
Yeah.
That's pretty much them being nuisance.
Charlie with the attitude.
Oh yeah,
that's okay. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
Do you get calls from people that call up embarrassed because they have a pet that got a little bit too big? Do you guys get those? And they end up with gator and they're like, hey.
Normally, they just release them.
They'll just release them?
People up north, like they'll have an alligator and it gets too big, normally around 4 feet.
We had
that
in Wisconsin,
yeah.
in my hometown. A few years ago, there was a report of somebody seen an alligator in a local like pond thing,
yeah.
And obviously somebody had released it, and they would have died in the winter because it gets too cold up there. I think.
Yeah.
How long do they last in the cold? Because I know in like North Carolina, it's real known. There's gators, and you see the pictures with them.
Their snouts up above.
Yeah.
They let it froze around them because these guys, all they need is about 10% of their overall body weight. They could go a year and a half without eating whatsoever.
So how long would they last through? Like they could go weeks, months frozen?
Oh yeah, they could go throughout the whole winter.
Whole winter.
Yeah, as long as they have 10% of that overall body weight, they're good to go. They'll just.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So they could be a lot farther north than they are then.
Yeah.
Because northern Alabama doesn't have them, right?
No, they don't. No. It's normally, I know it's true that there are alligators in New York in the sewers because people released them in the sewers. So there are alligators in New York. They're just down in the sewers from pets, and they've grown up and they're in the sewers. So they're living in the sewers.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I guess those people that have that job probably don't appreciate it.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah, and they stay warm.
Yep.
In the sewer.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like once it hits temperatures 60 degrees, they're unable to digest any food, so that's typically when they stop eating. So they normally they're either in the water or they're basking in the sun. But they're in what you call, it's pretty much them going dormant. Yeah. So they don't require.
So the thing that probably keeps them from being up in the northern part of the state is probably the fact that they just don't prefer, because it'd be too cool in the winter. They wouldn't be able to digest food. And
yeah, it's like here even though we don't get that cold, we still get our winters. If it's 60, they normally stop eating around August.
Mm-hmm.
And not October, my bad.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how do they do in salt water, like out in the bay?
These guys, no,
they won't go anywhere. So they have to have they'll have to have a certain amount of fresh water coming from the river.
That's why they're like the break-offs of the ocean. They can live in that.
Like Mobile Bay, there would be probably there. Yep. So I suppose once they start detecting a lot of salt water, they're gonna they're gonna head the other way.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all these guys.
What do you guys think of those animals? Cool. Pretty neat, huh? You get a pet alligator?
Oh, they're just, playing with the dirt. They're done with the education. Dirt time.
Pretty neat. Good thing we don't have to worry about them when we go in the lake up north, huh?
Yeah. So you all are from Wisconsin?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Cheese curds, absolutely. Not the Culver's ones. They're not the real ones.
I knew they weren't.
They're horrible.
I knew it.
People from Wisconsin get angry at those cheese curds because they call them the real Wisconsin cheese curd, and they're the worst. We won't even eat them.
Right, that's what I said. I went in there so excited because I had a couple of groups for the past years. They'd come through and they'd talk about the cheese curds, and I was like, I want to try them. Well, then we opened that up, and I was like, yeah, and then I was like, what? This tastes like a cheese stick. This is a disappointment.
Culver's is a lie.
Yeah.
What about the ice cream? Is it good? Like, is it the same
ice
in
cream.
Wisconsin?
The
Culver's
custard or
custard,
whatever?
yes.
I think it's
Is
pretty
it the same?
close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's ice cream. I mean, pretty much the same, but
Yeah.
the cheese curds are a lie. It's
You
not.
can get the real
Makes me
Wisconsin
mad.
cheese curds
What
online
a
though.
disgrace.
You can get them online. Yeah, Ellsworth.
Ellsworth
curds
Cheese
are the real
Factory.
ones.
I
Yeah.
need to
You
get
can
some.
actually order them from like anywhere, and they'll ship them.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a recipe on the back to make the batter.
care about the alligators. I'm looking at the boys.
FYI.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because it made me mad. I was like, well, I'm just gonna Walmart and get cheese sticks. Same thing.
Right.
Did y'all want to hold him?
Thank you for the lesson there.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go, folks. 10 minutes.
His name is, one of them is Trump.
Yeah, the gator names. Chili Dog,
Uncle Willie.
Uncle Willie, Captain Crunch, Easy, Fat Albert.
Spanky.
Oh no, Spanky,
Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Colonel Big Easy,
They have an alligator named
Big
Spanky.
Mo.
Mighty Max.
What do you guys think? There's one called Trump. Do you think he uses Twitter a lot?
Yes.
Don't walk in that
Okay, enough.
spider web.
Yes.
So Captain Crunch, I don't know where they got the name. Where was the other one? Oh, Chili Dog. Ate a dog named Chili from a lady and ended up getting called to come here. So they called him Chili Dog. And ate a dog named Chili. I think that's so funny. Do you guys have any gator food left?
There's a refill
Yeah,
over
we
here.
did 2 of these.
There's some 3-year-old. How old or what time?
9 minutes. I can.
So now thank you so much, Hammy, for the resub, and you guys got to find out about the Wisconsin cheese curds. Hopefully, could you guys hear her talking? I had my mic trying to focus the mic in the right place. We're gonna have the kids feed the gators here, and then we're gonna go watch the big gators get fed. Let me know how the audio was. I'm curious if you guys could hear what she was saying. I hope so. Otherwise, that would have been kind of weird to standing there. Yeah, you can hear real good. Okay, so you guys got a good lesson there about the gator then. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm doing some experimenting with the microphone, trying to move my mic around, so hopefully it's working. And I guess my kids left. And we're getting buzzes on my phone. I don't know if it's getting picked up. I do apologize. They're getting more gator food. Any questions you guys have about the gators, or what did you guys think about that? Everybody was so quiet. Yes, they have accent down here. Aren't humans gator food? I could jump over and see. I don't know. There's a lot of gators. These are the 3-year-olds, so they're... You were listening intently. Okay. I'm going to have to tell my wife to stop texting family because I'm getting like 8,000 text messages and I'm not sure if that vibration is getting picked up. If you're hearing the buzzing, that's what it is. I apologize. The high five was good. Yeah, you see the vibration in the video? Oh my God. Okay, I'll tell her to quit doing that. Are you buying gator food?
It's different kind. I'll try to get a refill.
I'm kind of hungry. Is it edible?
Yeah, sure, here.
Let me see, Aiden. Hold on.
Yummy, yummy.
All right.
See if they sell drinks.
Well, are we out already?
No, but
Is this place open year round?
December and
Wow. Nice. Must be nice and cool then in the January.
Oh yeah. They're not doing a whole lot of anything, but it's.
They lay out in the sun a lot though.
They do. They'll be basking in the sun, and they'll pretty much be in the water if it's cooler, if the water's warmer than outside.
Yep. Yeah, we went to the Everglades in January, and there was a lot of them that were sitting out.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
right, I want to get back to the Everglades.
It's 5 minutes, Brandon.
Oh, 5 minutes we got. Okay, you guys feeding a few? So we're gonna head over. There's gonna be other guests over there, so I'm not sure how much talking I'll be doing, but they're gonna be feeding the gators, the big ones, so it'll be something to see. Oh, he almost caught that. That's awesome. Sorry I can't get... Let's go watch the big gators get fed. It is beautiful right now. Such a nice breeze today, standing here. Okay.
Alright, let's go to...
You guys ready to go?
I fed all of them.
We still gotta walk down there yet. We haven't seen everything yet. Sorry, I'm getting in my camera here. So feeding the gators, the big ones. We're gonna go up top here. Sorry, here. So they're gonna feed the big ones now. 4 o'clock feeding.
Yeah, you can see him off of here.
Don't drop the phone. You guys want to sit there? You can. Oh. Try to get in a good spot here. Could get loud in a minute when they start speaking. You know what time it is.
All right, how is everybody? Hadn't lost anybody yet, have we? So far, so good. I can get rid of some of these bad kids if I need to. Got my own some of y'all. All right, well, welcome to Alligator Alley, guys. My name is Joseph. I'll be feeding alligators for y'all. Looks like we got a couple interested alligators.
I'll go ahead and ring the dinner bell, give them all a heads up. Hopefully all 200 or so don't show up at once. If they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anybody got any questions about anything before we get started? Anything you care to know about alligators? Not very many of us here. Alright. That guy's having a good time anyway, isn't he? Alright, well, if y'all have any questions, y'all feel free to shout them out. Normally I just ramble on. I can do that. I'd rather you ask questions, but if you don't want to, that's fine. We'll ring the dinner bell and see if we can attract a couple more. There'll probably be upwards of about 20 or 30 on the bank by the time we get done. Y'all ready? Woo! Alright, here we go. I got my alligator belt on today to remind them who's in charge. Honestly, alligators are not looking at me as a prey item. They're not looking at you guys as a prey item either, unless you are a pet or maybe a small child. So we're looking for the right size category of things that they would eat naturally, and we do not fit into that size category. Turtles actually make up about 80% of what they eat in the wild. So that's kind of what they're looking for in that search image when they're out hunting things, is something that looks like a turtle. They're not looking at me standing 6 feet tall or so saying, I think I want to attack that. And I guess we can change this up a little bit. If you guys were walking around out here and saw a 30-foot creature, would you go up and try to attack it, or would you probably run from it? Probably run. So that's what's going on. Now, would this alligator bite me if given the opportunity? Yes. I'm just not going to afford him that opportunity. So that's what's going on. Really, where this alligator makes his living is down at the water's edge and in the water. It's uncharacteristic of them to try and attack something up here on the bank. They do have a very impressive land speed in the lower 20-mile-an-hour range, but that is a flee response. So it's designed to run away from stuff back to the water. Then they might turn around, assess the situation, see what was chasing them. Again, vast majority of what they eat are turtles, which is probably the easiest thing to catch out here in the swamp. So there are a little over 200 adults out here in the main swamp. These are all nuisance, wild-caught alligators. Here's a little bit of that speed right there. Basically, what's landed them here, though, is just being an alligator. What used to be creeks and swamps and bayous has now turned into waterfront property. So just being an alligator's pretty well got some of these guys in trouble. Now, one good thing about them, though, is alligators are actually very good at association. They can associate times, places, sounds, even colors. They see in color about as well as you and I do. For some reason, pink's their favorite color. Looks like most of us should be okay. If you got pink on, stay in the middle. Hadn't lost anybody yet today. But it doesn't take a very big alligator to ruin your day at about 6 to 7 feet, which most of these on the bank are 6 to 7 feet, with the exception of Buckwheat that just showed up in this other no-named alligator. We can call him Pickle Bucket if y'all want to. How about that? So, everybody on here is about 6 to 7 feet. At this size, their bite force is around 400 to 500 pounds, which doesn't seem like much weight. Most of you fellas probably throw that up at the gym every week, right? A couple of us. Doesn't seem like much, but our arms and legs tend to start breaking around 450. So that little alligator could actually do quite a bit of damage. Now, once they jump up in size to about 10 feet or so, which Buckwheat over here in the middle just showed up, is probably a little closer to 11. That guy might be 10. At 10 feet, though, that bite force jumps to about 1,800 to 2,000 pounds. And then if you guys made it to the back of the swamp and saw Captain Crunch's sign, maybe saw him or read about him, Crunch has a record for bite force for a male American alligator at 2,982 pounds. And this is true poundage, not PSI. These alligators can actually generate into the hundreds of thousands of pounds PSI, or tooth pressure. So he's only going to bite you once. Good thing is he can only hold that bite on you for about 20 minutes. So, if y'all have got 45 to kill, things are fine. At least we'll hope so, right? See if we can get some of these big guys to come on up here in the front. Come on, Tag. I see you over there. Keep coming. You're not who I want, but I'll feed you anyway. Come on. So, hanging out with us out here in the swamp, we do have both males and females. Oh, man, he's looking hungry. I shouldn't have attracted him. Do have both males and females out here in the swamp though. Now from an external standpoint, male and female alligators actually look the same. So I can't really look at one and say, yeah, that one kind of looks like a boy or that one kind of looks like a girl, because they're identical on the outside. So there are basically a couple ways that you guys can tell whether this alligator is actually going to be a boy or a girl. The first way, you toss your wallet over the fence. Ladies will always beat them to it. The second way, you physically catch that alligator, kind of reach in, check out the running gear if you know what I mean. And the last way is, ladies, you only get upwards of about 10 feet or so. You will never make it over 11. Fellas, you get up into about the 13-foot range, maxing at around 14. So if it's over 11 feet out here, I can pretty well guarantee it's going to be a male. Now, ladies, what you lack in size, you make up for in overall temperament and attitude. Good example. Two of the meanest alligators out here in the swamp. Due to their lovely temperament and attitudes, wrong way, alligator, we just call them Hillary and Nancy. Luckily, I hadn't seen them yet. So to give you guys an idea what's transpiring out here in the alligator world is we're pretty much done with nesting season at this point. Now, if you were a female alligator, fetch. You have probably constructed a nest. Go. Once you construct that nest, ladies, though, you will not venture very far from it for the 65 days that it takes to hatch that baby alligator out. So mom should be still laying around providing protection or overwatch. The reason I say we're done with nesting season is because eggs are starting to hatch out, both here and in the wild. So that's what's going on out there. Now, as far as who's eating right now, the female should have already taken advantage of this feeding opportunity, because once you are guarding that nest, you're not venturing far from it. This should be pretty much all males up here. Now, if you're a non-pecking order guy, which pretty much everybody I'm seeing right here is a non-pecking order guy, you've had nothing better to do all summer other than eat and try and become a big alligator. And then if you're a pecking order guy, which I think that guy down there is our number 2 guy. He got a pink eyeball. Y'all see a pink eyeball right here in the corner? That's Mighty Max. Mighty Max is our number 2 guy out here. He was chasing girls earlier in the summer. Usually that breeding season is April and May. Once it's over with, we'll start seeing those feeding shows pick up quite a bit. Buckwheat, you're looking hungry, man. So about June's when we see those things pick up. Y'all ready to go big? Microphone turn off? You guys are killing me over here. Are y'all ready to go big? All right, cool. I got something big. We don't even have to use the kids today. Here we go. And Buckwheat was coming. He was looking real hungry, actually. So, granted, we're definitely not filling any of these guys up. At one time, if they wanted to, oh, Buckwheat. At that one time, if they wanted to, some of these bigger fellas can actually eat about 1/5 of their body weight. Ouch. So let's use Buckwheat right now, since y'all can see him in all his glory. He's kind of a stout fella. Buckwheat's 11 feet. He probably weighs close to 500 pounds. Let's say he is, so we can do some easy math. I'm hoping somebody's going to grab that and tear it up with him. Buckwheat right there, though, if the opportunity presented itself, something big comes along, a pig, a deer, a 3rd grader, he's got a stomach capacity of about 1/5 of his overall body weight. So Buckwheat can now eat 100 pounds at one sitting. I bet a couple of those bad kids would fit right in, wouldn't they? Now, if we're at the extreme other end of that, let's say that same, y'all keep an eye on him, that same 500-pound alligator's having a hard go of things. Life's a little tough. As long as he gets 10% of that overall body weight, so now we're down to about 50 pounds, he can actually go upwards of about a year to a year and a half, no food whatsoever, still keeping that lovely figure of his. So, kind of shows you how good these guys are at energy conservation. Well, I thought that was going to be a little bit more exciting. It turned out to be very anticlimactic. He is definitely making his exit. Buckwheat's not big enough to eat that pig. Now, could he fit it in his stomach? Yes. But he's going to have a hard time getting it all down at once. So physically, these alligators cannot chew everything they eat. They're just going to crush and swallow in its entirety. What Buckwheat's going to have to do is get a little bit of help. His help's coming right now. He's going to try and disappear with that, obviously, because he wants it for himself. These guys do not share. Prime example, this is what happens if you do not share. You start losing things. They bite stuff off. This is Lucky. Lucky's missing her whole hand, part of her tail. Actually got a nice little wound on her jaw from earlier this year. So again, they're just going to kind of crush that thing up, swallow it in its entirety inside of his stomach. There we go. There's enough hydrochloric acid produced that they can break this stuff down in a pretty short period of time, as well as just about everything they're going to encounter in the wild. So bones, teeth, feathers. Nikes don't do so well. That's a long story. Get their shoes off first, Mom. Now back to old Lucky here. Since we were talking about three-legged alligators, I've got one three-legged one, two three-legged ones, three three-legged ones, four three-legged ones, I think 5 three-legged ones. Who else do we have? So pretty common thing in the alligator world to see a three-legged alligator. I've never seen a 5-legged one, but they do clot blood very fast, so they will not bleed to death. They also have antibodies in their blood, makes them highly resistant to infection. They've introduced things like HIV, staph, MRSA to alligator blood and has no problem defending those off. So pretty hardy animals. Oh, Sweet Pea, you made me waste my last piece. It's right there. All right, I'm officially out of food, which means I need to make a swift exit. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Anything we didn't cover? Yes, sir. Fighting over girls, food, and real estate. In that order, probably. So it doesn't change much. Yep. Just depending on what time of the year it is, depends on what we're fighting over. Again, breeding season's April and May. That's over with. Honestly, these guys are overfed. They don't have to compete so much for food. And then the other thing would be territory. More specifically, my man Jaws over here that's kind of got a fresh-looking wound. That hand got bit off last year to feed and show. He was skipping in line. Somebody decided to borrow his hand and not return it. So that's how things go. Yes, sir. You, yeah. So hang on, Mom. You're putting too much pressure on me. What you got, wild man? Anything? Well, you definitely wouldn't make it through a feeding show, would you?
He said, how do they swim fast?
They got a big old tail and they eat their veggies. Tail is how they're getting around, though. That tail is their main means of propulsion. So, y'all, you can see how fat some of these tails are. This is essentially one big muscle. I say fat, it's not fat, it's muscle. These guys store very little fat. The little bit of fat they do store is actually in their tail, but essentially this alligator is one big muscle. They're not like we are. They don't store much fat. All right, well, cool, nice, calm alligator feeding. I didn't really have to run for my life. I know that's not as exciting for you guys, but it works out good for me. Are
they faster on land or on ground?
Land speeds are in the lower 20-mile-an-hour range. Speeds in the water, I'd say, are upper teens. So he's got you beat on both accords. Luckily, you've got a way bigger brain than he does, so you should not get yourself in any kind of situation where you should be worried about it getting eaten by alligators. Typically, the reasons I could see somebody getting attacked by an alligator is, one, you started feeding that animal out in the wild. So now he's coming, looking at you as a person to give him some food, not necessarily as a prey item, but you're handing out free stuff. Well, I work for it where somebody's handing it out for free. So he's coming over you looking for free food. Now, if you were the person that goes out there and feeds them every day and you leave, everything's on the up and up, you think it's fine. Well, your neighbor that doesn't know anything about you out here feeding alligators comes down to hang out at the water's edge. Now there's an alligator approaching him. He thinks it's an aggressive alligator because he's trying to walk towards him and won't leave him alone. Really, that alligator just wanted some more food from you and thinks that you are the neighbor and vice versa. So he's coming looking for free food. The other reason is you guys are walking through a swamp like you have back here in the back, and you came across an alligator, or a female alligator, upon her nest. At that point, she's not going to venture very far from her nest because she's providing protection and overwatch for, 20, 30 yards at least. So all you simply have to do would be walk around her. I don't see you guys walking through a swamp like this back here at any point on your vacation or what have you. So that's the only reason I say you should probably not ever get attacked by alligators. Y'all are probably more likely to get eaten by a shark out in the Gulf than you are attacked by alligators, if that makes you feel any better. Or even more likely to get hit by a car, I think. I forget what the numbers were. 1 in 10,000 for getting hit by a car. Pretty rare to get attacked by an alligator. All right. probably seeing it to begin with. Their brain is not very big. It's as big as the tip of my thumb. They are very well rounded in all their senses, though. So this is a little bit different than you guys feeding them. Y'all feeding them this chow. Y'all are zinging those biscuits in there, brown biscuits surrounded by brown water and brown things, so they might not see that so much. But around their top and bottom jaw, y'all better tell me if this thing sneaks up on me now. Around their top and bottom jaw, they have sensory organs that look like freckles, so they can detect scents as well as vibrations in the water. So when you guys are throwing stuff at them, they might not see that brown biscuit. It takes them a minute. Eventually they feel that vibration going on, and we'll line it up and go after it. But they are not on the same schedule as you and I. We're usually a little bit more impatient than the alligator. He's got nothing but time. He's got all day. He doesn't have to eat that biscuit. It's not going anywhere. So they are a lot more patient. Yes, ma'am. Alligators will eat alligators because they can. Typically, if an alligator is eating another alligator, it's a very big one eating a very small one, fresh hatchling. Everything eats those fresh hatchlings. Snakes, frogs, fish, turtles, birds, other alligators. The vast majority of those babies do not survive to adulthood. We're talking 2 or 3 surviving to adulthood out of a 35 average clutch. So most of them are getting eaten by something. Maybe more. Some of our larger nests have had in the mid-50 range worth of alligator eggs. 60 or so, a little over 60 is about max. Yeah, 35 on average. That's because all of them are getting eaten, just like the sea turtle eggs or everything else reptile-wise. Probably the vast majority of them will not make it, so they have to lay large numbers. But also, mom's not taking care of them very long. I mean, she's laying around providing protection and overwatch, but she's not having to give milk to that alligator. They're pretty much independent when they come out of that egg. They got to start finding food, evading predators. So she doesn't have the prolonged parental care that other mammals might. Do you have another question? They're actually the most vocal in the reptile world. Some of those noises we can hear, some we can't hear. That hiss is more of a personal space violation. He's warning these other alligators to back off because this is his territory or his food or his girls, depending on what time of the year it is. Right now it's over food. So that's what's going on. They're telling these other alligators to back off, or you're going to end up like old Lucky here, missing something. Y'all can take it home if you want to. Bring it back on 14 feet. Nobody. All right. Anybody else got any questions? Well, hanging over here to my left, I see Miss Anna over there. She's on the picnic table. She's got an alligator out. I don't think she's asleep yet. Y'all poke her if she's asleep. But she's got an alligator over there. If you guys want to hold one, I highly recommend you do so. Ladies, they're not slimy. They're not slippery. They feel kind of like a $2,000 pair of shoes. So they're quite pleasant. Those are easy to hold. These prefer to hold you. If you guys hadn't made it to the back of the swamp yet, the further you go down this path, the bigger these guys should get. There's about 30 of them that are over 12 feet out here. It's quite a few big guys. Also in the back of the swamp back there is some alligator nests. If you guys are interested in seeing what a nest looks like, there's probably 6 or 8 of them towards the back that you guys should be able to spot from the boardwalk. So something else to look for. Other than that, if you want to get rid of somebody, y'all can see me down here in the corner. Y'all enjoy.
Here's the one with 3 legs.
Kitty
Yeah.
Water.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, it's new.
All right, so we got one here that's smiling at us. Which one do you want to go out there and brush his teeth? Hmm? I think it's really cool how many of them are missing feet and missing different parts of their... This one right here has its front leg missing. Got chomped right off. It's a rough life being an alligator. That was pretty cool. Really enjoyed that. Hope everybody else enjoyed it as well. This is one big one right here though. Go over the fence so we can get a better view? Okay. I'll put Aiden over there. Aiden, can I put you over there? All right. We're going to have to see the rest of this park here. And we got 1 hour to do it. What'd you guys think of that? It was pretty good. Did you enjoy that when he threw that whole pig over? All right, folks. Yeah, I threw the whole pig over. I was surprised. Did you guys feel the breaking of the bones in that pig?
Yeah.
When he chomped on it, you could hear all the bones breaking and you could like feel the vibration. I don't know if Chad could hear that or not. It was unbelievable. I don't know how well the mic was working because the speaker was so loud and I was close to it, but it was the only place to get a good view. So it was probably super loud and I'm thinking it probably didn't pick it up very well, but that was cool. And Captain Crunch is the biggest one. I don't think Captain Crunch came out. I don't think Captain Crunch came out from what we heard.
Chewy, wild, happy.
Look at this wild spider web.
Oh, there's a spider.
Pickles, Rambo. We had, where do we have? Nancy and, oh my God, they got one in here called Shifty.
Gatorade.
Shifty. You know Shifty, right? And they had, yeah, Nancy. And they had Hillary. They said those were the two meanest or something.
5 and 6 years old.
Oh, 5 and 6 year old. They're swimming over. You guys got any biscuits to give them?
He says like they could be 6 feet apart.
It's saying we should stay 6 feet apart, right? Looks like a typical Florida retirement community.
It looks like the alligators aren't.
Mama said alligators are angry because they have all those teeth and no toothbrush. We could have brought our toothbrush, right? And brushed their teeth. So these are 5 and 6 year old gators. Do you guys have any more chow? It's all gone, huh?
There's more that you can buy down here at the refill.
Yeah. Well, is that some corn right there?
Yeah, pretty cool.
So we got sweet meat, we got jaws, we got killer.
Oh yeah, more gator. Jaws. Killer.
I'm guessing these killed some.
And out there is either cotton or peanuts. I can't tell what that is. A lot of that down here in southern Alabama. A lot of peanut farming. Yeah, so it closes in an hour and we haven't even made it down to the end yet. But this is Alligator Alley here in Summerdale, Alabama. About 30 minutes away from Pensacola, Florida. How much was it to get in here? It's $11 a kid. 13 for adults, 11 for kids, so it cost us about $80 to get in today. Family of 6, it's not cheap, but if you were by yourself, $13 would be a pretty good deal. If it was you and one other person, get in here for 26 bucks. Definitely be worth it. Wouldn't it be crazy only if it was just you and I? Come here and spend all afternoon for 26 bucks. Oh, but it's more fun with the children.
It's all for the children.
It's just part of their homeschooling, the way we look at it.
They learned about how they hatch and the temperatures and all the different ages. So.
We call it hands-on history and hands-on science, and get them out, get them learning, rather than reading about it in books. It's a little bit better, and with boys they do much better with like hands-on than sitting there reading it in a science book. Although that is cheaper. Guess you get what you pay for. They had school this morning. We're doing the online classes through the virtual learning. And so we did that this morning, got done right at lunchtime, and then we headed out here.
Yeah. Oh, it's a broken one.
That's probably what would happen. Imagine if you were out here and you ran your boat into a tree like that, and you're sitting there stomping around in the water. You'd be pretty scared about them alligators. I bet they come down here at night. There's a picnic area out here. Yep, it's a field trip. Yesterday we were at the USS Alabama. You guys can check out the VOD. It is 3 parts because I couldn't record inside of the battleship with 2-foot thick walls. I mean, there's no cell phone reception. That battleship was insane, though, I can tell you that. It was really something else. Oh wow, there are alligators right here. Holy smokes. There's a big tail. Look at them all. I just get scared I'm going to drop my phone. I guess I wouldn't die, but they're all underneath here. Goodness sakes. Here. Just to walk over a little bridge like this, and then you got gators swimming up to you. And I wonder how many times people put their fingers through here, but gators can reach up and snatch. Like, it surprises me that there's just chain link, you know. Don't put your hands through there. They could just, I mean, that's like a foot. It's about 2 feet, maybe 3. Just insane. Like, little kid put their hand through. Ugh. What now?
Look at this one, how green it is.
I know, it swam through. Look at all the gators. They're all the way down in there.
Remember when we went to that?
I was just going to say, when we went to the...
in Texas?
Yeah, when you go across from Louisiana into Texas... I was thinking Texarkana, but it wasn't. Yes, it
was in Texas.
It was on the Louisiana-Texas border. There's a Texas Welcome Center that's really cool. You can walk around, and all the alligators, they walk out right, like, they're like right underneath you, a little bridge like this. But it's really cool because it's a welcome center, a rest stop. We were there a few years ago. Like to hit the road and go to some more places like that. So next year we're going to be working really hard. I'll be working hard over the winter to get some camera equipment, and I'm going to have to get a laptop for my editing, and I want to hit the road next year and be able to do more video stuff to capture some of these cool things along the way. Because we will inevitably be out next year on the road even more than this year. There is some big gators. If I could get my gimbal my gimbal's going crazy. I just get so scared like I'm gonna accidentally drop the phone. Okay, now forget the gimbal to work. There's one swimming right there. Hand them your phone so they can show us the gator hangout. Yeah? They're so close to me too. It's just crazy. I really wish we had some more of those biscuits. There's one just sitting right in there. Isn't that cool to see the alligators in their natural place?
I'll put the money in. You're just gonna...
Oh, they're getting some more? Sorry, we'll get this on the... Here. Give Dad... I'm just gonna... I don't know what they're gonna do here. These are just little itty bitty pieces. I don't even think I can get that on camera. They're right down there. They're floating on water. These are like little pebbles. I don't think you can give these to the... I dumped a couple on the water, but they don't even see them, obviously. We got to get the big ones.
I know where water alligators are. We're gonna go get some more down here, but they close in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want a gator pet. So this is the swamp portion you can walk through. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Well, you're probably concerned for me, but you shouldn't be. There's like a whole swamp area. It'd be neat to see some gators, you know, trudging through this, but you can walk through here and you're thinking, oh, it's not too bad, you know, stomping around out there. But anybody see any gators? Let me know how many gators you see. Count in chat and let me know. You're concerned I'll drop my phone. Do you guys see any other gators? How many do y'all count? Boy, I cannot even imagine. I saw 3 as well. Oh, just imagine falling in there. Oh my God. All right. Count the gators. Start over. This one's easier. They stick out like a sore thumb, don't they? Imagine this was fun to build. We're not done counting yet. Unbelievable, so close. It's like right under my feet. Oh God, and then I look over here. Another one just sitting here looking at me. All you see is that nose. Oh, jeez. Oh, you got one? Oh, you gave me a big one. This is what the big ones like to eat. Austin, come here. Let's get this one. Drop it right on his nose. Oh my God. He got that thing. Ooh. Oh my goodness. So I dropped that and it did not take him but a second to nail that thing. Yeah, you guys got 9. I lost count. That was pretty cool. Holy cow. Gatorade. Is this mine?
Well, we're splitting it.
Oh, I can't just drink the whole thing and then... Leave none left? I am loving walking out on this deal though. Feed the fish. Yeah, I don't think there's any fish in here. Sorry, gimbal, go crazy. We gotta walk quick here because I think this place is closing up. So, oh, gimbal, behave. Get this thing refocused. There are so many gators. I don't see any here, but imagine, you know, they probably put the nests and things like that. Feels awfully like Red Dead Redemption, doesn't it? Walking around. Yeah, buddy. There's a gator out there I can see. How's the video, everybody? Is it good?
Dad, brought your treat.
You brought me a treat?
Well, it's not for you. It's for
Can I eat it?
No, well, you can, but...
All right. I got some gator food here. It's a protein, a fish and meat protein dry little treat there. We'll find a hungry gator and give him some food. I'm sure it's pixelating when I'm walking around, but look at this gator here. Should we feed this one, folks? I bet you this would be a good one to feed. Hold on. I gotta get my camera. Okay, here we go. And hold it with one hand and throw it with the other. Oh man. Oh. Makes the butt cheeks clench. Let me tell you. Wasn't that awesome? Did you guys hear that? Just whoosh. Nailed that thing. Love it. Loving it. That is so cool. I want to get some more of that food. Let's go find the kids because they're the ones with all the food. Oh my God, there's more down there. You guys got more food? Okay, hold on. Are you feeding them? Hey. Is he just throwing it randomly? Oh my God, you guys have a ton of it.
It's half price to refill.
Holy smokes. Come on with me. We got a lot of food. We got 2 cupfuls now. We got to find us another gator. We're going to find a big gator. We got a bunch of food. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to the other one. Did you find a big one? Is there a big one over here?
There's a big one.
Show me.
Watch out. Right here. There's also one here.
Oh man, these are babies.
Still alligators.
I want a big one. Oh. There's a lot of them in there. You can see them all moving around. Guys, come over here and... Come over here. Come over here. Did you hear that? Guys, come over here. We're gonna get the kids in order here. I apologize, folks. There are gators. This whole thing just started moving. There's a big one back there. Here, watch. Hold on. I want to get this on camera. Let's get that one out there. Let's get this one right here. Oh, he just swam right past it. It's still there. That one's moving in on it. You guys hear them? They're growling, like they're letting out a growl. Okay guys, slow down.
Because the birds do that and then they're all
Okay, stop now. Listen to the growling. Can you guys hear that in the chat? Can you guys hear that growling? I've done it twice. Oh man, they've been churning up this mucky water. It stinks like a sewer. I gotta get my gimbal under control. It's hard because it's not made to twist this angle. It's going completely crazy. There we go. Nope. We'll continue over here. We'll go over here. Trying to get away from the other folks. There's a whole bunch of people that walked up when we did. I want to go out away from them. It's really cool when you just stay quiet. Try to get the microphone to pick up the sound of, you know, they're just letting out some growls and all kinds of cool noise. Look at this one right here. Just hiding right there.
Oh, yeah.
Come over here and grab a piece of food. The gator's just sitting there minding its own business. See, if I was a gator, this is probably what I'd be doing. Just hanging out away from everybody. Throw one in there right there. I love it. Ooh, there's a big one back over there. Jeez. Sorry, get the camera here fixed. There's one hiding back. That is a big one back there. You want to try to throw one in there and draw him out? See if we can get him to turn around. He is huge. Oh, we wasted one. That's a different one. Listen to him growl. Chat, did you guys hear that? That was insane. So there's a big one right there, and there's a smaller one in the back. And the smaller one is trying to get through. Chuck another piece of food. Let's get a fight going. Maybe we'll watch one lose an arm. She threw it and hit him in the side. There's 2 pieces of food floating there. There's a little one though that tried to get in there. Wasn't that cool? Nah, we already threw 2 over there then. That big one got pissed. That big one was like, what are you doing? There we go. We got battery power at 15, folks, so I probably only got just a very short bit of streaming left. Maybe like 10 minutes, 20 at the most. Which is okay, because we got to leave here pretty quick anyway. I got a bunch of people coming up behind us here making all kinds of noise. There's a bunch of them out there.
What is it?
Hey, throw one out there. One of you kids get one and chuck it out in the middle of that pond. Throw one out there. Throw one.
Perfect. Watch the alligator. She's getting it.
Throw another one.
Austin, throw a nice one way out there.
Oh, one here.
Oh, one thing attention.
Two.
That's a small one.
Here, keep going. Ashton, you'll be next.
I don't know if I will stream from the campsite, 'cause we got to go back and get dinner going tonight. And I might. I don't know. We got more time tonight. I wanted to definitely do that. Do a from the campsite when we're in Florida tomorrow. We'll be at the beach in Florida, staying at a state park on the beach in Florida. And pretty much just don't have much to do the next couple of days except hang out. So we have got quite a few people coming up behind us here, so I'm trying to stay ahead of them. Thank you everybody who's subscribed to the channel today. I know I've probably missed some folks, and I apologize. When I do these types of streams, obviously there's a lot to pay attention to, especially when we're in a public place. And we're trying to show what there is going on, and I'm trying to also educate my children at the same time. Educate my kids and make sure that they're learning at the same time. And it's also obviously a lot about our family being here and spending this time together. So not that you guys are second, but there are other things that I have to do. So thank you for coming out to watch today.
All right, y'all made it out alive.
We did. We didn't lose anybody.
Perfect.
Were you the one that did the show? That was entertaining. Thank you. I was taking some footage, so I didn't say anything, but that was really educational and
Cool, man. I'm glad you guys liked it.
yeah.
Share us on Facebook if you cut videos and all that cool
Yeah. You guys open year round, and
We close for a couple months during
Oh,
the
okay.
colder months. Just 'cause
Yeah.
alligators don't do anything. Usually that's from about Thanksgiving through early February. However, we do open for a couple weeks, like right around Christmas and New Year, just because everybody's in town. Probably our most busy week.
oh, nice. So the big one, the real big guy, forget his name.
Which big guy?
The one you talked about, he didn't show up today.
Yep.
Do you guys remember which one?
Captain Crunch.
Yeah, I think it was Captain Crunch. So he just didn't come out today, is what you're saying.
He's territorial, so he's staying back there in the back.
Oh, he stays back there?
Too much energy expenditure for him to be like, let me go all the way up there. So he stays back here. You guys are actually feeding him more than enough that he doesn't have to go all the way up front.
Wow. So he can be spotted on the back part sometimes?
I haven't seen him today, but he does hang out back there. The colonel's back there is your number one guy. He was normally off to the right platform back there in the back. You might have seen a big guy in that area.
Wow.
Like I say, there's 30 of them over 12 feet back there. You're looking at about 4 or 5 of them of similar stature, that mid to upper 13-foot range. So like I said, there's big ones everywhere.
You wouldn't want to be out in that water trudging around?
Not at night, for sure. Daytime, you might be a little safer. Nighttime, no, sir.
Yeah. Now, are there any deer or anything that can get in here? Or
Our fence is about 10 or 12 feet high.
Okay.
So they'd have to really want to come in here to get in here.
And they probably wouldn't.
Probably wouldn't. So no large-bodied animals, but you're pretty much going to find everything you would find in a cypress swamp out here, minus those bigger animals. Just by the sheer amount of food you guys are throwing in.
Yeah.
Y'all feed everybody, not just the alligators, but everybody eats that chow. Rats, birds, frogs, fish. They don't eat the chow, they eat the animals that eat the chow.
Yeah. So there's obviously a pretty high volume amount of alligators in here. Probably, do you think, so is it quite a bit higher than what there would be normally if this was undisturbed, you know, wild land?
If we were 21 acres in a cypress swamp out in the wild, there would not be near as many alligators. You might have 1 or 2 at the most.
Really?
Yeah.
In this whole area?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're going to be, those big guys are going to be patrolling miles of territory. If you're a big dominant male, you're patrolling miles of territory.
So if this place shut down, you guys would have to like move alligators out of here, or they'd be cannibalizing each other.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, we're talking years and years from now, because first off, they'd start eating all the animals.
Yep.
Then they'd start eating each other. Being that they only need 10% of their overall body weight a year, they can go quite some time. So honestly, it'd be years and years from now that they would eventually eat themselves.
Wow.
It'd be a long time down the road.
Wow. I just didn't realize, you know, how many animals were in here, other animals wild, but you say there's quite a few.
Yeah. Yeah, this green stuff on top of the water is called duckweed. It's slowly been taking over our swamp. It's an invasive. Years ago, it'd be nothing. We've got a little overflow where our water's dumping out off the well, excess water. And right over here in that hole, it'd be nothing for me to come walk around and see 40, 50 brims stacked up in that hole, 5 or 10 bass hanging out in there, carp, all kinds of stuff that you can see under the water. So, I mean, there's plenty of stuff out here. The duckweed's kind of taken over that. We can't see it near as much. But yeah, I mean, anything you can imagine in a cypress swamp in the southeast lives out here.
So what's the estimate on, just an estimate of percent of the food these alligators in this park are eating wild versus what we're feeding them?
They're pretty lazy. Probably 100% of it's coming from you guys. 0 of it is getting caught by themselves. Why hunt something down when somebody's going to throw food at you all the time?
Right.
Honestly, you guys during the summertime are throwing out about a ton of chow a week. A ton of chow a week. That's a lot of food. 10% of their overall body weight a year is not very much food. So they are overfed alligators for sure.
Overfed.
Overfed. Lazy.
It's a good life then.
It is. If you want to be an alligator, this is the place you want to be. I hope to get reincarnated as an alligator one day.
Are there a higher percent amount of alligators like farther south, like into Florida? Like, because you said there'd be 1 or 2 in this 21 acres would be normal here. Would that be a lot higher, do you think, down in the Everglades or out in the Louisiana and the bayou?
Most definitely. You hit both the states right on the head. So Alabama's got about 70,000 in the entire state.
Okay.
Florida's into the millions. Louisiana's into the millions worth of alligators. Way bigger alligator populations in those 2 states because they're essentially big swamps.
Yep.
Alabama, not so much swamp. We do have the 2nd largest river delta system in the U.S. next to the Mississippi, with the Tom Bigby and everything up here, but not near as many alligators. Like I say, we just don't have as much swamp habitat for them.
Mississippi has quite a bit of swamp too, don't they?
They're probably similar as far as alligator numbers, similar to Alabama. They do have the Mississippi River, which is a big watershed river delta system. But as far as the 2 states, Alabama and Mississippi are pretty similar. Florida and Louisiana, that's where your main swamps are at.
Yeah. Wow. Great information.
Good deal, man.
Thank you so much for answering those questions.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good afternoon.
All right, you guys want to say thank you for that show?
Thank you.
And you made it out alive today, too. That's what matters.
Finish eating.
Y'all have a good one, guys.
You too. All right, hope you guys learned a few things there with me. I have always been infatuated with these animals because we don't have them up north. All right, we got some gators to feed here on the way out. So I wish I'd have known that when we walked back there. That's where the big guys hang out. These aren't too little either, though. Okay, you guys want to feed them? Bonk them right in the head. Oh, look at him.
Oh my God.
Right in his back. It's stuck on his back.
Someone else is going to come up and eat it.
It's literally, Aiden got it stuck on his back. Drop it right in front of him. He's waiting.
Come up and bite.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, you want to eat?
Did he eat it?
Yeah.
Look at little Alex. You love gators?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a cord malfunction here. Do you love gators?
Yeah.
You do? You want to give another one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You want to give another one? You want to feed another one?
Yeah.
Alright. Get mine.
You guys can get the little ones out for the little ones.
These kids are moving. Hold on. Dad wants to get on. Okay, go ahead. Feed the gator. It bounced backwards. It's really hard with the gimbal. Feed the alligator. Feed it. Ooh. Do that again. That's it? Oh my god. Thing is huge. Can you guys hear that growling? Did that mic pick it up? That thing. Throw a couple of them. So you don't see them little ones. The little ones are like the size of some dog food. So you guys did hear that in chat. You guys could hear that growling. I gotta go back. When I get home, I'm gonna be watching these VODs. And I'll be crying because I'll be back in the studio and not out here with the alligators. I just can't believe... Aiden. Aiden's done Red Dead. Isn't it so realistic, like how the alligators are in Red Dead?
Yeah.
With like the way they make the noises and the growl. Like they have literally nailed the alligator so perfect in Red Dead. Like some of the animals, you know, they overemphasize the amount of noise that they make and everything, but the alligators, the sounds are like nailed to a T. So Rockstar really hit that one good. Well, yeah, the deer and the elk and all that, they make so much racket that they don't normally, and I realize they have to do that for entertainment, but the gators, they got that one pretty good. All right. Well, we're walking out of here because I think this place is closing up. We've got some nice little peanut fields and cotton over there. One of them, I think peanuts maybe, they've already harvested here, but grow a lot of that down here. Pretty awesome. Well, we only have a little bit left of our battery, so I'll be chatting while we're walking. And look at this, no face mask here today. We don't have any face masks today. Well, we do. We have to wear them in the building, so I might have to put it on here in a minute. I'll end the stream before we go in there. But it's good and hot out. But you know what? This place has got a lot of shade. There's been a really nice breeze today. And I mean, 101 degree heat index, I think they said there was going to be 100 degree. Doesn't feel like it.
It feels nice out. It's a nice day.
Yeah, pretty awesome. How you should jump in there and see how realistic a Red Dead. No. Got a feller up here taking a minute here, so we'll have to give him some room. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like these places you go to, you gotta you know, kind of give everybody their space with the COVID stuff. You know, get too close to people. We haven't run into too much problems down here. Down south here has been the same as up in the north. A lot of people are just kind of, you know, getting tired of the whole COVID and the bogus shenanigans that go around it. You see a few people wearing masks here and there. But everybody across the country, we've been across the United States on this trip, and we were halfway across 2 months ago. Everybody's getting tired of it. It's the same story everywhere you go and everybody you talk to. Nobody believes half of it anymore, and uh-oh, we got way ahead of them. But anyway, at least you aren't in Minnesota where it's supposed to get to 38 tomorrow night. I know. Trust me, we're going back there, and I'm already stressed out because, like, I'm dealing with this mega high heat down here, and we're going to go back, and I've already got to worry about my camper freezing up, the pipes and stuff. It's just like, you got to be kidding me. I know. Well, it's in the 40s in Eau Claire right now. Eau Claire is in the 40s, so it's kind of unbelievable if you think about it. This wouldn't be a bad place to work, would it?
Yeah.
Like hanging out here. I get in the summertime, like July, August. Whoops. I don't know what is the deal with this gimbal at the end. Maybe the battery is getting low or something. It's had a hard day. All right. Walking out of here. This was a really, really cool place to visit, though. Alligator Alley, Summerdale, Alabama. If anybody's down in this area, I highly recommend. $13 for an adult to get in, $11 for kiddos. If you have a family that's a baseball team like ours, it was about $80 for everybody. It was worth it, though. I want to go on a swamp boat. We were going to do that, but you're looking at $150 to $200 for everybody to get on. We've done swamp boat, the wife and I, in Louisiana with the kids when they were little. These are 4-year-old gators here. And we also did the swamp boats in the Everglades when we were there on our honeymoon. We went through Florida to get on the cruise ship. We drove down there, and I had to spend a couple of days in the swamp. Like I said, being from the north, I'm always so intrigued by the Everglades and by the bayous in Louisiana because they're so different than anything we have up there. If you ever get a chance, the Everglades are really neat, but the bayou in Louisiana is, I think the wife said she liked that better because all the people that live out there, all the people that live in the bayou in Louisiana, all the houses and the people that like call that home. Hey, we've got 5% power, so I'm going to end it here. We chewed through that 10 really quick. Kids are throwing food, little pieces of dog food at these gators, but yeah, we're 5%, so we're going to shut down. Thank you, everybody who came out today. I'll try to tune in from the campsite here in the next day or two. Maybe tonight, I don't know, because we're going to go back and get dinner and some things going, but figured I'd save the campsite stream when we're in Florida. We got more to show. We can walk down to the ocean. We can hang out at the beach, listen to the waves. So I think we'll save that for, if not tomorrow, we'll do on maybe Thursday might be good. Thursday or Friday. So thank you, everybody. Again, look at the gators, the big ones swimming out there. Again, thank you all to all of our subs and everybody for coming out today. I really appreciate it. Oh, this one right here just did a sneeze at me. I'm having a hard time seeing my screen because my phone is going black to save power. But anyways, thank you, everybody. Aiden, do you want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye. All right. Y'all have yourself a good rest of the day, and we will see you back here in the next, if not today or tomorrow, we'll be back Thursday, Friday for some beach time. And we'll see what other shenanigans. Maybe we'll go for a walk around Destin or Panama City or something like that. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
we hope that you enjoyed the video.
We do, and we look forward to coming back on the next live stream video, which is the last of the live stream videos, where we head over to Destin, Florida. That was a really fun little park to walk around, so we'll be sharing that with you in the next one. So make sure that you subscribe to our channel and get the notifications on so you know when those videos are going up. As soon as we get our couple thousand subs here, we'll be able to unlock the ability to do live streams on this channel. I look forward to doing that. So until next time, see you later, alligator.